In 2009, a then 14-year-old Saoirse Ronan starred in Peter Jackson's The Lovely Bones, based on Alice Sebold's 2002 novel of the same name. Mark Wahlberg played her father, but originally, Ryan Gosling had been cast, only for Jackson to fire him on the first day of shooting. In a new interview with the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast, Ronan discusses Gosling's firing and how even though it was totally valid, it wasn't personal. The four-time Oscar nominee reveals that she and Gosling hadn't shot together at the time of his firing, but had done some prep. Asked if Gosling's firing disoriented her as a young actor, Ronan dismisses the idea, saying she didn't really think of it that way. "I think I just loved Ryan and his dog, George," Ronan says. "And I was just sad that, he wasn't going to be around. But I think the reasons why they parted were totally valid, and I've spoken to both now, and it happens." Do you know what I mean? It's not personal, necessarily. It's like sometimes you're just not on the same page. Gosling himself addressed the firing in a 2010 interview with The Hollywood Reporter. "We had a different idea of how the character should look," Gosling said at the time. "I really believed he should be 210 pounds. He and Jackson had not talked much during the pre-production process, and when Gosling showed up on set 60 pounds heavier, Jackson was none too pleased. Then I was fat and unemployed," Gosling added. Ronan goes on to explain that Wahlberg was a more natural choice. As he was older, Gosling was in his late 20s and was a father to 3 kids. However, Gosling and Ronan got to work together eventually, on the former's directorial debut, 2014's Lost River, which he also wrote. "It was great then to work with him later," Ronan says. "And again, he's just like the same. He doesn't change.